We're at 3304 Hanes. Just finished staging this house, and we're going to go inside and take a look. The first thing you'll notice when you come into this house is the entry. Let me just pan around here, and we're going to close this door. But once we've gotten inside, you notice the mirror, and I usually like to use a mirror in the entry because for a couple of reasons. I love to reflect the light, and I also love for psychologically, when the buyer sees themselves when they first come in the house, they're saying, you know, hi there, I'm home. And it's usually, let's face it, people like looking at themselves. So it's usually a thing that I usually like to use when I can on an entry. But once you're in the house, adjacent to the formal entry parlor room is your formal living room. And we're going to just go over there right now. You will notice that there is no large upholstered pieces. That's probably right there is where the sofa would probably traditionally go. And the reason I chose not to do that is because I wanted to sell the space. I'm going to turn around and let you feel how this room feels like one, even though it's two, to the buyer. So when they're looking at the house, they're not focused on the fact that the living room is quaint. You know, they're focused on the full space. So that's why we did that. Now, when you're in the formal living, you then go into the formal dining room. And this is one of the features of the house. It's a beautiful room. We used a round glass table. The reason we went with a round table is because it basically disappears in the room, showcasing the actual shape of the room. Beautiful windows, bayed out, so the round table helps to accent that. Just a simple piece of art. The style of the chairs were actually deliberate in that they mimic the period with an updated finish on them. The size of the planter box is intentional. It's overscaled so that you can see that the room can carry large scale pieces. So that tells you a lot about the size of the room. So that's just put in a corner. It's really good to define your corners because that helps in pictures and even video to show you kind of the scale of the room. Again, once we're in the dining looking back, we're looking at the formal living room. And really, the house is actually pretty open. I mean, here again, even though I'm in the dining room, I can look through to several rooms. And that next room we're going to is the kitchen. And as you can see, the colors carry through. The first thing that catches your eye is the same colors on the artwork in the dining room. It's the same colors on the artwork in the kitchen. Once you're in the kitchen, it's a very light and nice space. The kitchen really does not need much staging because it's beautifully done and it sort of speaks for itself. So it's a very light backsplash, beautiful granite, beautiful cabinets, beautiful floor. You've got beautiful cabinets and stainless steel appliances, a really large kitchen, and it definitely speaks for itself. It's a beautiful part of this house. To the left, once you come, here are the stairs. And once you come down, you've got a room that you can use for whatever you want. We staged it very simply, just giving an idea of exercise with the poster and with the exercise bike. Very simple. You know, you don't have to have a lot of stuff just to give people an idea of what they can do. And as you turn around, we're going to go into what I call the second part of the basement, or the man's cave, which is where you view your big screen TV. And as you can see, there's plenty of volume in this room. Plenty of volume. Plenty of space. And I wanted it to be cozy and homey, masculine. And just, you know, simple furniture. Nothing elaborate, what most homeowners would have. But yet a warmth. A warmth to it. And then you turn around and wow, a whole nother room that's open. I just love the way this is designed. So for this room, we thought we would do something like, you know, bar type of stuff. Before we get there, though, there's a bookcase here there was some shelves, and I staged it with books and games. And then I just put a couple of pieces of art representing having a good time and drinking some alcohol. And eventually I'll put some wine bottles in that wine stand. It stands very tall. It's a pretty cool piece. I'll go up to you and show you the tassel. That's one of my favorite parts. It's got an antique lock here and the tassel with the key so you can lock your liquor up. I'm eventually going to put some bottles in there. But this space is great. It's a big room. I mean, you've got a closet right here. You know, looking back this way, you're looking back that way. Once you get to the top of the stairs, you just keep coming. And you are now entering the master bedroom. It is a very serene, comfortable space. It's got a lot of square footage here. So the way we chose to stage it was very simple. We went with a couple pieces of art over the bed, white on white with linen and lace. Just really very simple. Showcasing here again, we were able to center the bed right between the windows, which is of course the perfect place for it. And the whole room is just full of light. That's one of the two closets. And there's your entry door. And there's another closet. And we decided to put a couple of more mirrors, of course, my favorite thing. A couple of mirrors right there. So again, the buyer sees themselves here. And the final wall, we made a little more accent. We put a piece of art, a lamp, a plant, and a book. Love to use books. Oh, and we've got a chair though there that sort of picks up the same colors and kind of a very shabby chic look there. And the book itself, of course, is about design and you know, picks up what you're trying to really represent in this room. So books are a great way to say something very quietly. But staging the master bedroom was a lot of fun. And the bedroom, of course, go right into the master bath. They've got a beautiful shower and very nicely done. And you've got, of course, your double sinks. And not a lot to stage in here, just a little accent.